Questioner, he says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The hadith that says, treat women kindly, for women was created from a bent rib, and the most crooked part of the rib is the top part. Please explain the meaning of this hadith, especially the phrase, and the most crooked part of the rib is the top part.
The meaning is that the woman is created with a bit short mood, so it can be angry of anything. She can be very jealous. She can misunderstand you and that is because of the body process. The woman goes every month in menses period, and that distract some of her energy, and she get pregnant, and that also does the same thing. She give birth, she breastfeed, and she is more worried about children than the man. That is the meaning of it. And the Prophet ﷺ explained it when he was asked about it. He said, doesn't she stop praying a couple of days every month? That is shortening in her religion. Not by her will. So that's why she is not commanded to make up those prayers. And she is not in sin. And her witnessing is half of the witness of the man, is considered to be half. Meaning each man, for each man there are two women, as in Surah Al-Baqarah. فإن لم تجدوا شاهدا فامرأتين من نسائكم إن لم تجدوا رجلين فرجل وامرأتين من نسائكم. Here we say shortening is not in her mind. She is some women are much more wise than many men. Look at Aisha, Hafsa, and many. Karima, the narrator of Sahih al-Bukhari, and many others. Hafsa bin Sirin from the Tabi'een. And today we have a lot of wonderful women who do things much more better than many men. But in the structure of her body, that makes her goes low in some areas. And this is not a defect, not a sin, because she is created like that. She is created like that. Let me give you an example. You in the West look for summer to see the sun and to get some of the heat of it. And then you praise it. People, for example, here and in Africa, here in Southern Africa, in the summer, like these days, they suffer a lot. Suffer a lot from the sun. It is the same sun. It is the same sun. But Allah made the sun here to be so hot and there to be moderate, acceptable. We cannot blame the sun. We cannot blame the sun. Same thing, we do not blame the woman for being as the Prophet ﷺ described. But it is not an excuse for women to do wrong and say, oh, I'm created from the upper bone, the wind bone. Now, that's not correct. That's not correct. So, it means that the man will necessarily, if you go to any culture in the world, any culture, you will see mates, man and woman, whether marrying or in a wrong way. This is how Allah created us, male and female, human, jinn, animals, insects, whales, whatever. So if you want to live quietly, comfortably, you have to do as the Prophet ﷺ used to do, and as Imam Ahmad and others said, taghaful, heedlessness. Do not take your wife accountable for everything. For everything. No, that's not correct. That's not correct. But you let things go. You let things go. And you have to understand that she is under huge stress because of the cases we mentioned. The menses, the pregnancy, the giving birth, etc. Plus the housework, and she is most of the time between four walls, not like you going out to the masjid, going out to the work, going out to the market, and you see different people, your mood changes. But her stress accumulates. So you have to burden. Sometimes she may yell, she may scream, she may does things you don't like. Let it go. The Prophet ﷺ was one day with his wife, Aisha radiallahu anha, in her house, and one of his other wives sent him a plate of honey because they know that he loves honey. Aisha was very jealous and very angry, and she hid the plate. The plate turned up and pulled down and broke. The honey spoiled. The Prophet ﷺ smiled at the face of the one who brought the plate, and he laughed and he said, "Gharat ummukum." Your mother became jealous. And then he looked at Aisha and he said, "Ya Aisha, plate for a plate. And you have to give that wife a plate from your kitchen because you broke it." This is how we need to understand and deal with our women. Whether it is the same. You will find it with your mother, with your wife, with your daughter, with your sister. All women the same. But some people defer. He says, "No, this is my mother." Okay, I understand. Mother has higher rank. But we are talking about the characteristics of women. Now, they are all the same. If you ask your father about your mother, he will tell you exactly what you say about your wife. If you ask someone about his sister, he will tell you exactly the same as you say about your wife. Same thing with daughter, with aunts, because they are all created the same way. So I don't say you treat your wife the way you treat your mother. No, that is totally incorrect. Mother has higher rank. But as you understood why your mother is so angry or she is doing these things, not because she is your mother. No, it is because she's a woman. Same thing with your wife, who is a woman. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said in the Hadith, خيركم خيركم لأهله وأنا خيركم لأهلي. The best of you, or the best amongst you, are those who are best to their families, and I am the best to my family. So we have to be nice and gentle to them, because we cannot do what they do. I don't mean about how Allah created us both. I don't mean about pregnancy and menses. I mean we cannot do what they do in the house. They clean, they cook, they look after the children. They make themselves ready to bring you joy. We have to understand this very well. I mean, the men have to understand this very well and be kind and nice to the women.